Today I'm going to tell you a story about how I created a $2,000 course using nothing but my phone in a weekend. And not just once. Ladies and gentlemen, I've used this phone in just a matter of a few hours to write books, to write many, and create many courses. So let's talk about this. Why? Well, first of all, you know right now we're talking about online courses because that's what we've got going on. Lurn 3.0 is launching and it's all about information marketing, courses, coaching, and consulting. In the last 20 years, it's been the best business model ever. I mean, in the last 3 years alone, I've sold over $64.8 million worth of information through Lurn, and I'm just getting started. I've got so many amazing things I want to be able to share with you. So I'm running an amazing masterclass called the Lurn Masterclass. So go to lurn.com/8, the number 8. Why? Because it's on September 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern time, live. I'm going to be live for hours. It's not a 1 hour thing. I'm going to be there for hours. So we're going to be talking about how you can create your own course and put it up on a variety of topics. We're going to do exercises. We're going to help you pick the topic that's right for you. We're going to help show you exactly how to build your first audience. We're going to help show you how to create a course in as little as a weekend. I'm going to talk about that today. And so it doesn't have to be complicated. No funnels, no crazy copywriting, no paid traffic. No, stop all that. Okay. On the next episode of this podcast, I'm going to talk to you about why I think most information marketers fail, because they're out there trying to do too much too soon. Courses are about your knowledge and your value that you bring to people, not about the fancy studio. I know that's ironic coming from the fact that I'm in this studio, but listen, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've sold $10,000,000 worth of products. I have an amazingly huge audience. I've made a lot of money, so I have a studio because I like this stuff. I don't need any of this. As a matter of fact, I used to make millions without any of this. I used to make millions from sitting in my home office. My recording studio used to be my wife's walk-in closet. That's me. This is how I used to shoot. So when I talk to you about the strategy today, you will understand that you can create highly valuable courses that sell for $2,000 in very quick time with very few tools. I mean, I did it with my cell phone and you can too. So equate complexity and fancy video and fancy editing with what you need to do to get started, because no one cares about that. Now, I also want to address a question where people will be like, well, I don't know anything. I'm not an expert in anything. And it's like, that's not true. The way I define an expert, actually the way Webster's defines expert, is that you just have authoritative knowledge on a topic. You're not the best at it. You're not the world's best. You're not even in the top 10, 20, 30, 100, or 1,000. I want you to take a topic that you know more than 80% of the world about. There's 7.2 billion people in the world. All right. If you're a golfer, I think if you've ever even played golf, you probably already know more about golf than, 60, 70% of the world. And now if you've gotten even decent at golf, as far as the non-golfers are concerned, you're an expert. Take something that you truly do know well, that you can help other people with, and you're an expert. Now, of course, always make sure you're bringing great, valuable content and information to people's minds. The next big objection that people have is, well, it's going to take me forever. And you're right. The way most people approach information businesses, I hear this taught all the time too. 3, 4, 5 months. Oh my God. Listen, even if you don't spend any money during that time is money. You're burning valuable assets. The reason a lot of information marketers fail, first problem they think is they have to do a funnel. Well, the problem with a funnel is a funnel needs 3, 4, 5 courses. Then you need to create sales pages. Then you need to create the actual sales videos. Then you need to put it up. Then you need to create the members area. I already feel like quitting and I haven't even gotten started. So most people will get super energized, super excited. They kick it off, they start doing it, and then it fizzles because you're working for a month, you don't see any results. You're working for 2 months, you don't see any results. You're working for 3 months, you're getting confused, lost. You're not seeing any results. Do you know why people do so well when drop shipping came out? You know how many people ran to Shopify and started drop shipping stores? Do you know why psychologically it did so well? Because you could start a drop shipping store in about an hour or two. You could start some Facebook ads and see your first sale within a few hours. There are so many people who would see their first sale within the first few days of being live. Now, they weren't profitable, but they saw a sale. They saw something. In the information marketing world, there's this misnomer, miscalculation, misbelief that you have to go months of creation, setup, creation, only to then see something. Well, most people burn out during that time. This is why people can't lose weight. We just can't go too long without seeing big results. So I'm here to tell you, you can create a course in a weekend, and I've done it many, many times. And if that happens, and I'm telling you, you don't need funnels and you don't need paid traffic, that means if you can create a course in a weekend, maybe within the first week or two, you could actually get a sale. I'm not promising anything, and I'm not saying you will. I'm just saying it's very possible. I've done it even when I didn't have a big audience, and I'm saying it's possible. So at least let me show you what you could do. So how did I create this course in a weekend? So the course was called List Academy. There you go. I'm letting the cat out of the bag. This is one of my favorite courses that I think is one of the most undervalued courses, in the sense that not many people take it. And it's like some of my most brilliant email list marketing and email list management stuff. I wanted to create an advanced course because at that time, this is years ago, this is probably 2012, 2013. So we're talking about a while ago. I was just a little burned out on teaching the same beginner level knowledge. And I was like, I have advanced knowledge. I want to teach it. I did not have a studio. I didn't have a video team. I didn't have any of that. And I wanted to be organic and I wanted to just create the course. So I thought, let me do something different. I'll tell you what I sat down and did. This is probably the most time consuming part of it. I started, it was like Friday evening, and I'm working off of my memory, so I'm gonna have a few of the details probably a little fuzzy. It's from a long time ago. But I do remember it was like Friday evening, I sat down, and those days I used to do a lot of all-nighters, which I don't do now. So Friday night, I was like, I'm gonna outline this course. So all I did is I sat and I outlined the course. I made it, 7, 8, 9 modules. Here are the topics I wanna cover. Underneath each of these topics, I made subtopics I wanna cover, and then under the subtopics, I made 3 bullet points each. This is really key. I don't wanna blaze past it. I'm gonna repeat it. This is like the brilliant part of why I'm able to create courses and books like this by just using my phone is I invest in the outline. So here's how an outline works. I first sit down and I brain dump all the topics that I would want to cover when it comes to list marketing. Everything, just boom, 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 boom. No order, just brain dump, brain dump, brain dump. Then I sit down, I organize it. I lump it up. What do I mean? Well, these topics belong together in this bucket, these topics. No order, just bucketing. 9 times out of 10, I sit back and I'm like, I got 9 buckets. Great, 9 modules. My course needs 9 modules. 7 buckets. Great, I got 7 modules. Now I organize, take the buckets and I move them on top or bottom. Like, which one do I need to talk first? I can't talk about this bucket unless I've talked about this bucket. So I end up creating an outline that's in order. Now, remember all those topics I was throwing into the buckets? Those become my subtopics. So I have a bucket with 7 subtopics. That means that's 7 sections in that module. And now what I do just to make it easy on myself is for each of those 7 sections, I add 3 bullet points about each of the topics. These are just 3 key things I must mention about this topic. That's it. I genuinely have outlined a brilliant course, okay? I'm telling you right now. And I keep fine tuning it. I'll step away. So I remember that night I did that for a while. Then I stepped away and I watched like a movie just to get my brain kind of to reset. Then I came back to it and I looked at it and I thought of a few things I missed. And then I took another break. And so the whole night, Friday night was devoted to just like, hey, I'm going to get the outline done. Saturday, I probably went to sleep for a little bit. I used to be totally nocturnal. I'm not like that now. Had a baby. That all reset real quick. So Saturday, I probably slept for a little bit. And then Saturday midday, my course filming began. Here's what you need to do, okay? Now, if you have an iPhone like I do, or if you have any other phone, you can go to Amazon and purchase a lapel mic, okay? A lapel mic for your phone. Back then, I must have spent $50, $60. They're a lot cheaper now, but don't go too cheap. You want to stick to a little bit of a higher quality. So I got a lapel mic and just connected it to my phone. And I put the lapel right up here, okay? I took my outline and I printed it out. And all I did at this point, I put the phone in my pocket because the mic was already on me. I had one piece of paper in my hand. I split each module, each bucket onto its own piece of paper. And I would just grab that paper and I would just walk around the room, okay? I'm going to tell you something really funny that if for any of you who have access to List Academy, you can go check me on this. I'd walk around the room and I'd just speak. So I literally, I saw the topic and I said, okay, I'm going to talk about picking a great offer. Now I saw like my 3 bullet points. So I was just like, picking a great offer. So let's talk about how you pick a great offer. Whenever I'm looking for a great offer, I blah, 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 blah. I'd make a mistake. Pause. Then start talking again. Yeah, no PowerPoints. I got no written scripts. I'm just blabbing. I would find out that each section ended up being 10, 15, 20 minutes of audio. It would just naturally just finish. Hit stop, hit save on the audio file, go on to the next one. I did that now for a while. This course is really bulky. I think the course is like 13, 14 hours. I don't remember. It's like really long course. So it took me all the way through the end of Sunday. But here's the coolest part. My part was done. So let me explain what happens after that. I took those audio files, I went to upwork.com and I simply hired an audio editor for like next to nothing. And I said, clean them up. I got ums and uhs and pauses and mistakes. Sit and listen to each of these and clean it up. He probably took a week, cleaned everything up, probably cost me a couple $100. Sends it back. Now I got clean audio. I took that audio, I sent it to my operations team. I had a team. I did have it back then. I still had like about 8, 9 people. So I sent it to someone on my team, but you could go back to Upwork, you could go to Fiverr. And I gave them the audio and I said, create PowerPoints. They're like, what? I said, sit, literally, as I'm talking, create PowerPoints so that as I say something, it comes up. Pretty easy to understand. I said, okay. And then last but not least, I said, use ScreenFlow or any kind of screen recording system, put my audio on, And as I'm talking, keep hitting next on the slide, record your screen, ta-da, you got a video. And I have a video course now. I didn't have to do anything past that Sunday. I got other people doing it, and I have a video course now. Now here's the funny thing. If you go back and listen to List Academy, you ready? This is proof. You're gonna hear creaking in the wood. If you listen close, you are going to hear wood creaking. You know what that is? That's me walking around. Back then I used to live in my condo, and in my condo family room, when I walked around, my hardwood would creak. And if you listen close enough, you turn that thing up and you listen, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear the creak. So that course went on. I sold a couple hundred units of it. Then I added it as a bonus for ESI. By the way, I cannot validate or back up the 200 units. It was sold in a system I no longer have access to. I have no way of going back and checking the data. I'm wildly guessing it was around that. Could have been a little bit less or a bit more. Point is, it made 6 figures in revenue, multiple 6 figures, I think, if I remember, over something I filmed over a weekend. But my thing I'm most proud of is it's the people who have taken the course love it. They say it's one of their best courses they've ever read or heard on email marketing. So that was me doing even more than you need to do. You can do the same process and create a 3-hour course, and you could be selling it and adding value to the world right now. We're going to go over this process a lot more on this workshop. I'm telling you, if you've had any preconceived notions about your ability to build an online course business, get rid of them. You are missing out. It is not that difficult. It's $1 trillion market by 2028. It's an immense opportunity right now. Peer-to-peer education is what's going to disrupt the education industry. Please join me on this masterclass so that we can come together and work on this. Now, at the end of the masterclass, I'm going to reveal to you something that I've created. I've spent months creating. It's the best product I've ever put out. It's the most wholesome product I've ever put out. I promise you, you're going to call me insane for putting it out. You're going to call me nuts, crazy. It's going to come at the most ridiculously tiny investment. You got to be there live. So go to Lurn, LURN.com/8. All right. That will get you registered for our masterclass on September 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Go do it right now. Save your seat. I mean it. And make sure you mark your calendar and you are there live. We're going to have a ton of fun. And we're going to learn a lot. And I'm going to stay on for hours, by the way. I'm going to be here in the studio. I'm going to stay on till 1 or 2. I've already booked my team saying I'm going to be on till 1 or 2 a.m. answering every question I can. All right. Now, if you're listening to us on any audio podcast platform, please make sure you click subscribe. Leave us a great review. And then if you're here on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe. Leave a comment underneath the video here. And let us know that you're going to be present on the September 8th workshop. What I gave you today was just one simple way that you can create a course simply. I've got more. And in a future podcast episode, I'm going to reveal to you 3 strategies that you can use to get paid for a course that you've not even created. You get paid before you create a course. That's coming up as well in a future episode. All right. LURN.com/8. I will see you on the masterclass live. This is Anik reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.